Grave of Curse all the way up to 16, so you can get that mythic gear along with the legendary gear. This is all done with free-to-play heroes and janky gear, and we're not even leveling up those artifacts really high. We do need a lot of accuracy, so we're going to be using accuracy on the chest piece, and we're going to be using... I did 16. 16 took a while. There is a progress to this, of course. We're doing 14, we're going into 15, and then we're doing 16, so I have a lot of different teams for you. Let's go to management so you can see these teams, and then I'm going to play them so you can see how they work in action. And it's really important, the timing for each one of these. Grave of Curse. Here's the first one. This one has Sigrun in here. Of course, you're going to play with Garius. The best thing to work toward getting as free to play is the Gatekeeper staff to use on Garius. This staff here makes sure that any overhealing he does turns into a shield. To do 16, this is very important to have. Keep your team alive and do a lot of damage to that boss. Down here at 14, I have Thea. You can use Thea, you can use Nathaniel, you can use Megan. Megan's the one I'm using on everything now. Megan is so good at giving us 2 buffs when the boss hits us. When the boss does his ultimate, he's going to remove 1 buff. So you got to have 1 more buff up, or he's going to do 50% additional damage on that ultimate. His second ability is okay. We don't have to worry about that second ability too much. We just got to worry about that ultimate that's going to hit the whole entire board. So we want somebody that gives us 2 buffs. Theo will give 2 buffs to all your ranged units. Now, I do have Primsta in here. She's not free to play, but you can bring whoever is your strongest DPSer. And the reason why we have Sigrun in here for 14 is because the boss is healing. If we only have 1 strong DPS, we bring in Sigrun to make sure the boss doesn't heal. And you put her in an accuracy chest piece. Everything in an accuracy chest piece. You go get some apples. You make that wine that gives you 25 accuracy. It's food that you eat during your battles. It gives you 25 accuracy, and you're using Vinyara's 40 accuracy lead. Now, I do have Witches Remade on Vinyara. Free to play. I talk to them all every day on stream. I'm going to be streaming tonight to do 300 summons on the new banner. All free to play players say they have Witches Remains. They did get a duplicate of a legendary, so that's awesome. You should use it. Always get Witches Remains as your first one, and then really I would say get Gatekeeper staff for Garius for your second one, because we're using Garius everywhere. Doesn't matter PvP, PvE, Garius is used everywhere. He's crazy strong, and now with talent trees, he's going to be even stronger, and the Gatekeeper staff is just unreal on this guy because he heals for so much board-wide healing, and then all the overhealing goes into a massive shield to keep your team alive. And we're going to use Vinyara everywhere. If you haven't scrolled her, I would scroll her. She's fast already, but she gets even faster so we can stay in line with these bosses that are at 18 seconds. Really, really easy. Best team out there, though, is with Megan. Megan and 2 DPSers. Whatever the top DPS you have on your teams, bring them in. Megan, Garius, and Vinyara. And the times we have set up here are perfect. 12.5. The problem with Vinyara is whenever she hits someone, she'll deplete their ultimate gauge. But we can only take the ultimate gauge of a boss down to the last skill it did. But if we do this too early, then she'll deplete it. And then if we do this on full auto, the times are all messed up. But if we do it at 12.5, that's 0.5 seconds after he does an ability. So she's only going to knock it back like a microsecond. That's why we've got her set at 19 seconds. And then we've got Garius at 12.5 right when he does that second ability. And we have Megan at 12.5 again when he does that second ability. So our tank is covered. The rest of our people are covered. Megan's giving us increased defense, recovery over time. So we have time for that to cook. We have time to get some health back before the boss does its ultimate at 18. And then when he does his ultimate, he's going to remove one of these buffs, and he's going to do a lot of damage to us. But we're going to be fine because Vinyara is removing the 2 buffs. She's applying decreased defense and attack down. So the boss isn't going to hit us very hard. His buffs are going to be gone. But for all that to work, we have to have enough accuracy. And that, again, is an accuracy chess piece. Accuracy on this, of course, accuracy on 2-piece sets, accuracy everywhere with the leader skill and with the food. This makes it so this fight is very easy. Now, when I did 14 again with this team here. Beat 14 really easy with Thea in here. You can use Nathaniel and you can use Megan. I would go for Megan. She's a rare and I feel like she's the best one to use for this whole entire thing. And it doesn't matter what your team is, as long as you can get Megan to cover your heroes, you'll be fine. Then, as I moved up, I was like, okay, let's use Gatekeeper Staff on Garius with that timing so we have that shield on when the boss hits us with his ultimate. We not only have a shield, an HP shield from Garius, we also have Megan's increased defense and that regen on when the boss hits, which makes it extremely strong. So then I started going over to Gatekeeper Staff and more DPS. 2 DPS instead of trying to have Sigrun heal block the boss, because the boss isn't healing for that much, but you will notice it if you're not doing enough damage. And then here I did this team, but without the Gatekeeper Staff. Still fine. There's Nathaniel. Good team, but you got to bring the damage. You really have to bring the damage. Nathaniel works fine. Nathaniel has a recovery over time and then increased defense and HP shields, but they're on his battle skill and then on his ultimate. So you have to have him scrolled for this. You might as well just go scroll Megan and use Megan. She's healing. She's doing a better job, I think, than all of these. Use Megan. She's a rare and she's going to work out the best. This worked fine. And then I went to 15. And when I was on 15, I was beating 15 with these teams. But it wasn't clean. I was failing maybe 40% of the time. Could have been 50% of the time. Of course, we can put it on full auto. We can put it on 2 times run, and we can just let it fail, and you can walk away for an hour and just let it keep running if you want to. But if you get the Gatekeeper Staff and you do this timing right here, you will not lose life on 15 or 16 at all. The only problem with 16 is I beat it with this team with 30 seconds left, 18 seconds left. Not a lot of time left. We just couldn't do enough damage. We need better gear, because look at this gear we have on. I'm still not using amazing gear. I'm not using the mythic gear. I'm not using a lot of the legendary gear that I've been picking up. Well, I say that, but I do have legendary gear here, here, and here. And I've got some runes that we picked up just from doing the first few stages of Heretical Runes, the new dungeon that opened up. And I am using a legendary artifact, a mythical artifact on her. And this one we get for free. This artifact for Liliwanus we do get for free. But I was also doing 15 with these other teams. It was just harder to do. And then it became extremely easy with 2 of your best DPS, Gatekeeper Staff, this timing. Let's go look at this. And if you would, guys, if you would, go over here and support me as a content creator. All you have to do is come over to below the mailbox. There's the mailbox where you get your mail. Right there is that signpost over here. Bind to content creator. Type in StewGaming. You're going to get rewards right away. And then you're going to get continued rewards from me, because the company is going to give me codes to give out for more gold dice, more worm arrow for making videos and doing streams. So we'll take care of you, and this supports me as well. Thank you very much. Here's the formation with Thea. Thea only invisibles and does the, what's the other move? Invisible and I can't remember. Invisible and something else. She puts up 2 buffs, but only on ranged units. So she's not going to cover our tank. So if you brought in somebody else that's melee, it's not going to work with Thea. But really, we already talked about how good Megan is. Megan is no issue. This is stage 14, the first time I cleared it. You can see the biggest point here is the timing for Vinyara. We had the timing for Megan and other people to do their buffs, and we had the timing for our Gatekeeper Staff with the healing and the shield, the HP shields that Garius are going to do. Use those times. But right there, Vinyara hit the boss right after he had that second move, his second skill. And she's going to knock back the ultimate gauge. Now, if we hit him before that, she can knock back the full amount to the last skill he did. And then when we're on auto, all of our skills are getting off balance. Like they're all on different times and it won't work. So this is the perfect time for her to do her ability, take away his 2 buffs, apply decrease attack, and then if she's got Witch's Remains, which mine does, we can try to apply decrease defense. So there we've got 2 buffs up. He removed 1. Let's see how it plays out. And this is going to play out for everybody. Here we go. Vinyara, boom. Right after that skill, remove the 2, decrease attack, and decrease defense. Now we've got our healing going on. We've got our buffs up, 2 buffs, invisibility, and debuff immunity. That's what it is. He removed 1. If we keep invisibility on, we take 15% less damage, which is always great on this boss. And we just go through and beat him. Like, this is an easy win. This is stage 14 with this team with that gear you saw on. Not the best gear in the world. Plus, we're using the accuracy food, the accuracy lead, and accuracy chest piece. Not necessarily on that run. I think I switched to accuracy chest piece when we came to the next run because 15 is very, very hard. So this is 15, I believe, with some summons. Let's double check this. That's 14. This is 15 with 2 DPS. Whatever 2 DPS you have. Again, I'm using Thea because Thea was the first one I thought about when I started doing this. And then when I thought about Megan, I was like, man, Megan's a rare. And better healing, better shielding, better everything. And she'll cover even our tank. So I just switched over to Megan. But we're going to beat this on 15 with your 2 best DPS. As long as they're ranged DPS. Now, my little Wanus is not ranged, but she's very, very tanky. Like, super tanky, so she's not going to die, and we're going to beat him easy on that one. All right, let's move on to Megan. There she is. We did a lot of runs with Megan. That was 15, like a very easy run on 15. Nobody's going to lose life at all. Check out this run on 16. 16 is extremely hard, but we're going to stay at full health the whole entire time. It's just a matter of doing enough damage to take him down at 16 to be able to beat him. And we'll do that with better gear. Once I start putting all this awesome gear we're getting right now on my heroes to do more damage, we'll be able to beat him. So much HP shield, so many buffs. We don't take any damage. We've got the timing set up again for Vinyara to hit right after he does his second ability, which he's going to do right now. Boom, Vinyara, remove the 2 buffs. She only removed 1. She didn't remove 2, and did we get decreased down? Decreased defense. We got our buffs up from Megan, and we've got HP shields from Garius, and he still had a damage increase buff on him, and we didn't even take any damage. That's how strong the Gatekeeper staff is on Garius, along with these buffs from Megan. And the timing we have, everybody goes off right after he does this ability here. Now Megan, Garius. So we have time for those regions to get in there and heal us before he removes one. And then we have those big old shields from Garius. And this guy is easy. This is 16. At 15, you start getting mythic gear. So you can just do 15 if 16 is too hard. Because I don't know how often. I'm going to do 16 still, but you can see we're down to 36 seconds. I think we get down to pretty low. 20 seconds, 19 seconds. But everybody's full health. Everybody's fine. We were never, ever in danger. I love this team. Let me know what you think about this down below. If you have any questions, come and join us on Discord. We can help you there day and night. We've got all this posted there because we were talking about this in my Discord as I was doing it. And again, I'm going to do summon soon on a stream tonight. So I hope to see you there. Thanks for joining me. I will see you all in a video soon.